Welcome back then, my fellow YouTubers, my fellow friends, my fellow commoners. Um, it's once again Morbrodom here, and we're going to be tackling a quite different subject from the previous video. But first, I have a little disclaimer about the channel, and we're just starting out. I can tell you that. I hope to create a community where we're going to be discussing everything from the meaning of life, death, current political environment, the internet, and so forth. And I want to take this in the direction that it is coming from a regular person's point of view, where regular people are discussing these different subjects. And with that said, today we're going to be tackling the subject of the meaning of life. I'm sure that all of you people have different takes on what the meaning of life is. Perhaps it's a relationship, perhaps it's your family, perhaps it's wealth, making a name for yourself, or perhaps it's just enjoying life to the fullest. Taking each day as it comes and just trying to get as much pleasure out of each living moment as humanly possible. And my personal view on the meaning of life is that it is just that. There is no one meaning to life, according to me. I honestly feel that we all make a decision each waking moment to give life meaning. Because on a quite serious note, if you ask me, I honestly don't think that life has a meaning. I honestly don't think that there is a point in living in that sense, because if you look at it from a pure biological perspective, our only purpose on God's given earth is to actually produce offsprings, to have sexual intercourse, to make love, to actually have children and carry on your lineage. That's the only actual meaning of life. But over the thousands of years that we humans have been evolving, we have created a conscience which other animals don't have. And this have given us almost this godly view on what life actually is. We want to make it out to be something more than what it actually is. And I honestly feel that it doesn't have any more meaning than actually create offspring. But, and it's a fairly huge but, we all have to find meaning in life. And that's why I don't think the question is that simple, that there is a one single meaning of life. I think that um, each person have to create and find their very own meaning in life. And me personally, I can just explain to you guys what my meaning of life is, or what I want out of life. Um, except for, you know, the biological, having a family and so forth. I want to really leave something behind, which I feel that future generations and future humans can make use of. And I want to do it within the field which I've chosen, uh, which is archaeology and understanding the past. I want to write a thesis which hopefully one day will be added to the huge collection of research which our our race have been able to accomplish to fully understand the past. I want to leave something behind which hopefully future students, which I'm currently myself, will actually have use of, which will create discussion or anything of the sort. But that's just my meaning and what I really want out of life. Because I know for a fact that if you don't find this your personal meaning in life, it can sometimes feel really pointless. And I know that when people start pondering about this far too much and what the meaning of life is, it can create quite heavy depressions among some people. I've had a few friends in the past which have almost caved in under this immense pressure which this question creates. Um, Myself, I've had times when I've been fairly down as a result of trying to understand how to live through life, because it can be really hard. This the whole question of what the meaning of everything is. But I also believe that you can find a lot of happiness when you have actually found this meaning in life. And I think also this whole discussion of why we're here and everything around it, it also come down quite a lot to self-awareness and knowing who you yourself are, know which interests you have, know what you enjoy, knowing what you actually want from it. Because in another way, the meaning of life is something you create yourself. Perhaps not the word which I used before, finding, is the correct term, because you have to create your very own life. And I know also for a fact that if you allow other people to affect yourself and your decisions far too much, this can also have a very negative effect on what your life actually turns out to be. In that sense, that if you live your life for others, it's it's also a very heavy risk that you wake up maybe in your 30s, 40s, even 50s, you wake up realizing that the whole life which you have been building for yourself isn't actually what you want. And in that sense, the whole meaning of your existence has also been brought into questions, because you have been creating this whole life and been creating this whole meaning, and in the end, it wasn't actually what you wanted. So if anyone is actually listening to this, I would highly recommend that you actually soul search yourself, making sure that you find what you want to do, what you want out of life. And it's actually a fairly close friend of mine who we had a very long discussion about this, and we both found mutual ground in the fact that we have both quite recently actually found ourselves, and we're a lot better off having done that. It's actually quite yeah, excuse me, stress relieving to know what you want, who you are, and what ambitions and expectations you have on life after you have been able to find who you are and what you want from it. And I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry if I'm being very repetitive in what I'm saying. I'm really just taking it as it comes. This whole subject, but to really find a good finish on this very short video, I think that to find the meaning in life, you have to know yourself and ask yourself, what do you want from life? Just just ask yourself, when you're old and grey and we're looking back at your life, what do you want to see? Perhaps it's perhaps it's a grand happy family and you met the woman of your life, settled down, had a few kids, grandchildren coming on the way. Or do you want to look back at all your academic achievements, at the people that you have inspired through the the journey you have made, becoming famous, becoming rich? Like, ask yourself, when you're old and gray, what do you want to see in the rear mirror? When you're looking at the book of your life, what do you want to read? And I think that after you have asked yourself those questions and after you have realized how you want your life to play out, I honestly believe that every waking minute should be the next step towards that goal. And this is also why I really don't think that we should waste a life which we have been given here. It is it's a God's gift, life. And we will all eventually see what's on the other side of death itself, and sadly some people they arrive there far earlier than they should for different reasons, sickness, poverty, or anything of the sort. And we should really take this chance by the horn and make the best of it. And we don't choose the time that we're alive in. The only thing we can do is to make the best out of the time that we have been given. And with that said, I want to thank anyone for listening and thank anyone who stayed until the end. And I will be seeing you all in the next video. Bye, my fellow commoners.